Hi guys, I'm Andy. Welcome back to Backpacking UK. If hiking, backpacking and wild camping are your thing, please hit that subscribe button because that's what this channel's all about. Right, today, be reviewing a Decathlon tent, but just not any old Decathlon tent. This is their award-winning, top of the range, two-person backpacking tent. This is the Forclaz MT900. So it ticks a lot of boxes, this does. It's £199, it weighs 1.95 kilos, and that's all in. It's a really nice tent with some really good features. However, there's one particular element of this tent which I absolutely hate, but the good news is you can get around it. So this is a 20D fabric on the outer fly, and the ground sheet is 40D. Now it's got a 2000 hydrostatic head rating on the fly and a 3000 for the ground sheet. So it's pretty waterproof. It's not really waterproof, but it should see you through most of the year without any problems. Now this Forclaz MT900 backpacking tent is a 3-season tent. So it's more suited to summer and those sort of nicer spring and autumn days. I wouldn't really try and use this through winter. I'll show you in a minute. But it's a cracking tent. It's really compact. This is 39 centimetres by 12 centimetres by 12 centimetres. And the good thing is when you buy something like this from Decathlon, it's got a 5-year warranty, which is really handy. Now, I was a little bit sceptical about buying a Decathlon tent. I personally prefer the proper tent brands. You know, they've got a lot of R&D put into their tents. They're all tried and tested. They're all good tents. However, you cannot overlook the value for money of Decathlon products, and that's all sports really. But I've been particularly keen on their hiking gear and their sort of camping gear and backpacking gear as well. I like the fact they've got something for everyone's budgets. So quite often they've got, say, 3 levels of gear depending on your budget. So like I said, this is their award-winning top of the range backpacking tent. Let's have a look at what's inside and then let's get it pitched. So this is what you get inside the Decathlon MT900 tent bag. So you've got the inner and the outer separate. You've got these tent pegs, which I absolutely hate. By far, they're the worst thing about this tent. If you buy this tent, just replace these. Get some like MSR copy ones off Amazon for about a tenner, and then you've got a cracking tent. But these are useless. However, the tent poles are absolutely brilliant. It's all fully colour coordinated. It all comes together. They're really nice alloy tent poles. So let's get this tent pitched. Right, so this 2-person backpacking tent is an inner pitch first. So the first thing I'm going to do is just get the inner and just peg it out in all 4 corners. Now with this 2-person tent, there's some very special features which I absolutely love. So you've got to peg them out too. And that is this extended ground sheet, which I absolutely love because it means you can place your camping gear on the ground without it getting wet, which is absolutely superb. So I'm just going to peg them up too. Now what I'm going to do next, just going to set up the tent poles. Now this is like an all-in-one system. Like I said, it's fully colour coordinated, so it's basically idiot proof. You can't go wrong with this tent. You've got gold on one side, little gold fixings on that side. Likewise, you've got black tent poles and black tent pole fixings on that side too. Okay, so I'm just going to lay the tent pole down there. Now I'm just going to start by putting the tent pole ends into the little fixings. Now you'll notice there's a cross pole in the middle, and what that will do, that will help keep the top of the tent nice and square. So you're going to have really nice square sides to this tent and absolutely loads of space. So let's start clipping this tent up. Like gold ribbon for the gold side, black ribbon for the black side. Now what you've got here, you've got some little fixings for the crossbar at the top. Now you just need to make sure that the crossbar is on top of the main pole. Okay, so let's just have a quick look around the tent. As you can see, these are the ground sheet bits that I absolutely love about this tent. You can see there's a mixture of solid mesh and very light mesh. This makes it a 3-season tent. It'll be a good summer tent too, because it really has got some lightweight tent mesh there, but also when you're sleeping, when you're lying down, it's got that solid mesh just to keep off any chill. Okay, so that's the inner tent pitched. Now let's attach the fly sheet. Right, so let's get this fly sheet on. Just be careful, because this tent is different widths at different ends, so you just need to make sure you're pitching it correctly. When you pitch the tent fly, it's got little fixings to keep the fly on the cross pole too. So that's the inner tent, this is the outer tent, both on this cross beam. So that's the fly sheet on. Just going to go round and tighten up all the corners to make this tent nice and taut. Right, so let's have a look around this Forclaz MT900 tent. It's 105 centimetres at one end, and then as you go round you've got a larger end, which is this end is 125 centimetres. But it's a really nice tent. As you can see, you've got a couple of roof vents there. Let's have a look inside. Okay, so these are some of the little features. So this is the little rope where it goes into the tent peg. These are the little adjusters on the inside. These are the little clips that clips this special sort of ground sheet to the fly. This is the little hook where you just hook your door round. It's a bit of elastic for the inner door. These are the fixings where you can pull that fly nice and tight. You've got additional guy ropes with this tent and additional guy points. So if it's windy like today, if I was camping right now, I'd make use of those. But it's 2 doors, 2 vestibules. You've got that vestibule feature on both sides. These are the roof vents, which are really good in summer. That's why it's a cracking 3-season tent. Again, more guy points there. And this is all the yellow, so yellow, dead easy to pitch this tent. So let's have a look inside this Decathlon Forclaz MT900 trekking tent. So first of all, got a door that you can wrap around. It's got a nice little hook actually for the fabric, and then you've got this big inner door. Open that right up. As you can see, you've got solid mesh on the bottom, really light mesh at the top. So let's have a look inside this 2-person tent. Okay, let's take a look inside. So these are the vestibules. They're about 70 centimetres wide, but you can see what I mean. You can put all your gear in the vestibules. It won't run away because it's got quite high sides. If the ground's wet, it's just going to keep dry. By far the best feature about this tent, don't see it on any other tents either without a separate ground sheet. It's got 2 pockets at the head end. It's got 2 really good roof pockets up here, which I'm really impressed with. It's got like a little hook, and it's also got some little fixings at the top if you wanted to run a bit of paracord or something and create like a little line. But it's a really nice tent, really nice tent. It's tapered, like I said. This is 125 centimetres at that end, and at the other end it's 105 centimetres. So it is a 2-person tent, but is a little bit snug as well. So let's get inside. So here I am inside this Forclaz MT900 backpacking tent. Now it's got a really nice height. It's 106 centimetres tall. I'm 5'8", 172 centimetres. If I'm bolt upright, I've still got a good amount. So if you're 6 foot tall, this tent should be absolutely fine. It's 205 centimetres long. Again, like I'm 172 centimetres. There's loads of room for taller people in here. 6 foot, you're not going to have an issue at all. Now, what do I think? £199. It's priced pretty competitively. It's got some really good features. I would definitely say discard the pegs. Those pegs are absolutely awful. Go on Amazon, you can get some for a tenner, and then I think you've got a really good tent. It's got some nice features. I like the pockets at the head end. I love the pockets on the canopy as well. There's a few little build quality bits, if I'm being picky, which I've got to be, with this big one-piece tent pole structure where the tent poles go in to the main fixing. To me, that looks like plastic. And although I haven't had any issues so far, I've used this tent twice, I would still think the longevity of it. However, it does have a 5-year warranty. So any problems that you get with this tent within 5 years should be replaced free of charge, which is absolutely brilliant. And that is a benefit from buying from somewhere like Decathlon. So would I buy it again? It's a brilliant sort of summer tent. It's a brilliant 3-season tent. There's no way I'd use this in winter. It would be really good as a 3-season tent in the rain because I love the vestibules. By far one of the best features I've ever seen on a tent. I absolutely love it. There is also an optional ground sheet too. So if you were worried about the 40D ground sheet, you could get a separate ground sheet too, just to give it more strength and less likelihood of failing, having holes or water getting through. But I think it's a great tent from Decathlon. It's really good value for money at £199. It just enhances their brand really. You can't really go wrong with their products. You really can't. I think it's great. I'll definitely be using it in the future, that's for sure. But it has won awards, so it's not just me that thinks it's good. But what I'll do, I'll put all the details in the description, including a link to Decathlon, so it'll take you straight there. But I think Decathlon have made a good effort at making a proper backpacking tent. The size is bang on, the weight is bang on, the price is bang on. I think they've done really well. So if you haven't before, please check out my other tent reviews and hope to see you camping soon. Cheers.